And then I have this goodie here. It was the first blower I ever had. Alright, I haven't been doing much to the S10, but I want to give you an update of what I am working on next and some other small projects I have and ones that have been going on. The first one is this. It is a 6-liter out of a G8. I work for a GM dealer, and I've worked for a GM dealer for almost 20 years now, three different ones. And anytime I get my hands on a decent LS core, I bought it. This G8 in particular has a cracked bolt hole where one of the head bolts goes into the block. Someone left coolant in it. When they torqued it down, it cracked the side of the block out and leaked coolant. The customer didn't realize it until like 20,000 miles later, and I think the dealership ended up eating the cost of the engine. So that's how I got this one. It's got a cracked block, but it is a 6-liter out of like an 08 G8, I believe it is. And I robbed the front cover off of it for my LS7 and my S10. So my goals for this is one of like 5 or 6 or so LS engines I have laying around. Like I said, I bought a lot of them when they were cheap. This was like $300 for the core. Now the cores are like close to $2,000 through GM, so I don't buy cores anymore. But anyways, I want to do something with this engine. I've had it for probably 6 years or so. So I always go to swap meets and I find deals on parts, or parts I take off of race cars I save, parts that get thrown away I save. I kind of have a bad thing about that, but it's usually high performance stuff, so I can usually get my money back out of it. So the first thing I remembered was this. It's a Holley high ram base I got at a swap meet. Brand new, never been used. It's just a bare lower intake, and it's made for an LS3, which is the same port design as this 6-liter. So I thought, man, that's cool, I can set that right on there. And I got me a lower intake. And then I have this goodie here. It was the first blower I ever had on my race car. And I thought it'd be cool to build a roots blown LS engine. So I will make a plate and set this bad boy up here. This is just a 671 standard rotor. Nothing too fancy. It is a Hampton blower. So I got that piece. Figured, man, that'd be easy to mate up to it. And I thought, well, I need an induction system. I happen to have 2 LS7 throttle bodies. Be another easy fit right there. Boom. Got my induction for the blower. So all I need to do is make a aluminum plate, and I'll drill the holes for the injectors in here. And if I want, I can run port injection as well. Alright, so I've been doing some research, and I'm obviously not the first person to put a roots blower on an LS motor. So I found BDS for drive service. They have an LS kit to make a roots blower work on their application, along with a pulley that you can use all the factory accessories from a GM engine. So my next step in this is to strip it down and get the crankshaft out of it and take it up to my local machine shop, which is Mashmeyer Performance Engines, and have them put me in a double keyway for the blower crank hub. So that'll be that, and this will be on for the belt. It'll bolt for this. So that covers my accessory drive and my blower belt drive. And to run all this, I want to use a Holley Dominator ECU, which I do not have. That's going to be the most expensive piece to this puzzle, which is about $2,000. And I already have another engine block. I'll show you that. Alright, and this is the block I had just acquired. I got it from an auction. I went to bid on something else, didn't get it, but they had a bunch of other performance parts, and I got this 6-liter block, and I went ahead and sent it to a machine shop, and they checked it all out. Didn't see nothing wrong with it. Did a slight line hone in it for the crankshaft, and it's already got main studs on the main bolts instead of main bolts. So this will be my new foundation to build these guts out of. I'll just pull all the guts out of here except for the camshaft. We'll go with LS7 lifters. And what am I going to put this in? I don't know. That's the big question. I always have these little pet projects, but I don't know what I'm going to put it in. What I really would like to put it in is a 63 to 67 Chevy 2 two-door. Preferably hardtop, but I would accept a post if the price was right. And it can't be a molested car. That's another thing that I'm weird about. I don't like cars other people have started on and destroyed because you don't know what you're getting into. So if I can find a 63, 67 Chevy 2 in good body condition, that'd be a good platform, I think, to put this on, because they make everything for a Chevy 2 to make this work with it bolt on. I think it'd just be a smooth sailing project, nothing involved like my Studebaker, which is still ongoing, and it's right there, but I'm not going to show you. So hopefully a Chevy 2, I don't know when this will get done. I got to get the motor done first, and it's going to be a slow process, so I'll show you every step of that. Let me show you another project I just bought. Alright, this was my money-making project. This is a 2011 Malibu I bought from a customer that originally was told the timing was off, but it ended up being a bad engine. There was lots of metal, and it clogged up the cam solenoids for the cam actuators. So I bought it from a customer for real cheap. I put a junkyard motor in it. The front bumper here was all sorts of smashed up, so I bought a brand new one and had it repainted at a dealership. That's all factory pieces. The interior was trashed in this car. It's all been cleaned up. I'm still missing my rocker panel, but it's in the garage. I'm waiting for a couple of clips that'll be done here in the next day or two, and then this thing will go up for sale, and hopefully I'll make some good money to continue with all my other projects. Alright, this is a project I just acquired. It's still in the truck, although I've had it for a little over a week. I just haven't had a chance to mess with it much. It's a roundy-round cart. You can tell by the offset chassis, the big huge tire here, the little tire here. Got this for a steal on Craigslist. I happened to be the second person to see it. The first guy didn't have any money, so I bought it. One of the things you can do if you're trying to make money, just clean stuff up. Use the same nuts and bolts throughout your build. Don't mix and match like this guy did. Metric bolts, standard bolts. I mean, half the bolts are too long. Some of them are self-tappers. It did have an engine in it, but it's in the garage. I'm kind of tearing it apart now, going through some stuff on it, like a red steering wheel with overspray on the seat, and just, this thing looks like a Christmas tree. It's red and green. It's a horrible paint job. And here is some of the washers I pulled off of this thing that don't go to anything or need to be on here. So this one here, I probably could have just brought it home, cleaned it up, got the engine going good, and I probably could have made $300 profit off this thing in one day easily. But I want to fix it all up. I'd like to repaint it, get it running, maybe even drive it up and down the street a few times. Then I'll sell it and make even more money. So this is another pet project I'll show you as I kind of, maybe when we get closer to getting it done. It's nothing big, it's just a way to make money. You got to look on Craigslist, and there's deals out there that are hard to get. You got to be quick though. So that's where I'm at on all the various projects in our Final Call Racing stable. And the next time with the truck, you'll probably see it at the drag strip. I'm hoping the weather cools down a little bit, and we can trailer it up to Heartland Park, Topeka, make a few passes, see what it does. That's the dyno I'm most interested in. If it can run a mid-10, I will be ecstatic and super happy with the way that truck turned out. So, as always, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.